feel like crawling out of your skin from the ick of guilt? It's a feeling you know all too well. You're out there living your life, minding your own business when bam! You're reminded of something you said or did that makes you want to just crawl into a hole and never come out. And then the spiral begins. Why did I do that? How will people judge me for this? Does this mean that I'm a bad person? And now not only do you want to crawl into a hole, you feel like you could die in it too, because you're totally crippled by anxiety and guilt. I'm Laura Brown, a human being who knows just what it's like to struggle with guilt, and a therapist who helps tons of clients work through these feelings too. I'm on a social media mission to help you manage fear and guilt so you can feel like your best goddamn self. In this video, I'm here to help you learn how to get to the root of your feelings of guilt so that you can finally feel cool as a cucumber. What even is guilt? Guilt is that awful, icky emotion that we experience when we do things that we fear are bad or wrong. It's kind of like when you ask your phone for directions and then you think, I know better than a daft computer, and you start going wherever the hell you want, but then Siri's like, hey dum-dum, I said go straight. Why do you go down this stupid street? Turn right. Because she wants you to get back on course. Guilt is there to tell you that your actions are out of line with your morals or values, and it wants to bring you back on track. Sometimes it's for reasons that are totally valid and relatable. Sometimes it's for reasons that are kind of weird and don't make total sense. In fact, now's a good time to let us know the weirdest thing that you've ever felt guilty for right in the comments. Now, this might sound weird, but even though guilt can feel really f***ing terrible, it isn't actually a bad feeling. Don't get me wrong, it feels bad. But like all feelings, guilt actually serves a purpose. It's there to help us to remember not to make the same mistake twice, or 3 times, or maybe even 6. It's not like I would know. You could think about it like your physical pain receptors. If you put your hand on a hot stove, you're going to feel burnt, which hopefully discourages you from doing it again. You think, that wasn't fun. I need to rethink my relationship with hot stoves. Guilt works in a similar way, just on an emotional level. Because feeling f***ing terrible sucks, guilt is there to teach us not to do things that threaten or hurt our relationships or our social standing. It's like when you eat most of your kids' Halloween candy and then see their sad little faces, and so you lie to them and tell them that it was probably a rat that got into the house that loves candy and is hiding its way in its little rat nest. And then you feel terrible, so you tell yourself, I need to do better. That's guilt. We care about their little feelings and therefore we feel bad for hurting them. Like a lot of feelings, the intensity of guilt tends to fade with time. In most cases, we feel really bad about something we did shortly after doing it, but we make peace with the guilt by learning from the experience. In our heads, most of the time, this sounds like, you did something bad. Yeah, I did, and I've learned from it, and I'm not going to do it again. But we're not really here to talk about that, are we? We're here to talk about that guilt that just won't quit. That guilt that hangs on like a leech that just won't f***ing let go. And you want it to let go. And frankly, we want it to let go too. So if you want guilt to just chill for once in its miserable life, we need to go a little bit deeper. You need to understand your beliefs about good and bad and how this relates to fears you have around rejection. Like literally all other emotions, guilt comes from how we see or understand things. If you believe something is wrong or bad to do, you're likely to feel guilt when you do it. On the other hand, if you perceive something as somehow positive, you're pretty much guaranteed not to feel guilty. Sex is the perfect example of this. If you're raised in a religious household and learned that doing the nasty outside of marriage makes God feel like he just had to put his dog down, there's a good chance that you're feeling super guilty if you happen to get lucky. This guilt is often mixed with fear because you not only did something considered bad, you know that other people believe it's bad and can judge the shit out of you for it. And that judgment is scary because we do not want to be rejected and condemned to hell. That fear is some basic animal instinct shit because we are pack animals at the end of the day, and our survival once depended on belonging to the group. This is why guilt can ring such a strong emotional alarm bell for us. How you see things goes hand in hand with how you feel. So if you want to manage a feeling, you need to look at how your beliefs contribute to it. Part of the process of doing that can involve unpacking how you even came to hold the perspective you have. This is where I'll invite you to bust out your journal, grab your favorite pen, and pick something you felt guilty about. It could literally be anything. Now answer the question, how did I learn that this thing is wrong or bad? As best you can, flesh out the people and societal rules that have contributed to the formation of this perspective. If you stick around until the end of the video, we'll also tell you how to grab a free PDF journal prompt to help you unpack your relationship with guilt. Now, the kind of guilt that causes seemingly endless torture is usually not just about the fact that you see something you've done as wrong. It's about the meaning we make of having done that thing. What I mean is that the clincher tends to be what your actions say about the kind of person you are. As in, does having done this thing make me a bad person? Let's go back to our sex example, and not just because I have a one-track mind. So let's say you have a hot and heavy sexcapade with another person you find hot. You don't have any stupid shame because of how you're raised, and so you're overall pretty pleased with yourself. If you were to ask yourself, what does the fact that I did this say about me as a person? Chances are you'd say, it says I rule. It says I'm attractive, desirable. It says I'm down for a good time. All good things. Now, on the other hand, let's say it was drilled into your head that premarital sex is demon behavior. People who carry on like that are sinners, and sinners go to hell, and hell sucks. It's hot, and it smells like egg farts. You are a bad person, and bad people get kicked out of the group. If you were to really believe that, or if you struggle to totally discount and disbelieve that idea, it's going to be hard as hell to not struggle with the kind of guilt that just won't quit. Now, this may not be a popular opinion with everybody, but we believe that the meanings and abstract consequences that we associate with stuff are totally subjective. There's no objective truth here. It's pretty much all a matter of subjectivity. I like to think of these perspectives in terms of societal ideals and norms, as in the standards that our society sets to define our value and worth, and whether we belong or ought to be excluded. For example, we have the societal story that says that consensual sex between two individuals who are DTF is a great way to spend a Tuesday afternoon, versus a story that says that those two people are naughty biscotti who ought to be dipped in the hot, stinky rivers of hell. Neither is objectively true, but one lends itself to making people feel really bad, while the other probably has the opposite effect. Now it's time to pick up that trusty journal again and do a little reflecting on how you came to see that particular consequence for the thing you feel guilty about. Ask yourself, what does this story say about people who do the thing I feel guilty about? And how does this explain my feelings about the thing I did? Or simply, how does this explain my guilt? Once you have a solid understanding of how you came upon the perspective that informs stubborn feelings of guilt, you can understand that the story is both arbitrary and totally subjective, and now it's time to go shopping. But before you get carried away and blow your whole paycheck on a baller Amazon order, you need to know what we're shopping for. You are in the market for a new story, one that doesn't make you feel like crap for dumb shit. You need a perspective that's a little bit fairer and more considerate of the human condition, not one that holds you to totally unrealistic or totally unnecessary standards. Here's where you get to be creative. For one last time, drag out that journal and reflect on the question, how do I want to see this issue, and what are fair consequences for having done the thing I feel guilty about? Here's a personal example. I've done plenty of things while stumbling my way through life that I regret deeply. I've acted against my ethical beliefs and have suffered with the bitter taste of guilt as a result. Ugh. However, the story I choose to listen to says that everybody fucks up, and that learning from those fuck-ups is what really matters. I generally don't believe in the idea of good or bad people, and I believe that what counts is trying my best and learning from my mistakes. I want other people to like and accept me and see me as valuable because I'm human after all. But I also know that I can't control how other people judge me. And if they think I suck, then so be it. Yes, it stings. It stings a lot sometimes, but I can handle that feeling without it turning into a belief about who I am. Haters are not going to define me or my worth, even if I experience fear that they do. Can't change my past, but I can choose how I behave in the future. All of these principles are part of my belief system, and they hit that sweet spot between taking responsibility for my mistakes and allowing me to sleep at night without crippling anxiety over whether or not I'm a horrible person who deserves to be marooned on an island in the middle of the ocean. You've got enough bullshit to deal with in life. You do not need unfair and unnecessary guilt making your life even worse. And we want to help you with that. Now, an important reminder here is that shifting your relationship with guilt takes practice. This isn't about expecting guilt to somehow vanish from your life. It's about shifting how you respond to it. It's normal to feel guilty and worry that you're a bad person. Your evolutionary human survival instincts are just trying to get you to control your behavior so that you're not ousted by your people and end up dead, essentially. What you need to do is take a beat after feeling it and question whether or not the guilt you feel is truly fair and based on a valid perspective that you agree with. From there, question whether you're really doing anything wrong to deserve being branded as a bad person. Now, take a look-see in the description here where we've totally included a free exercise to help you dial back the guilt and turn up the chill vibes. If you found this video helpful, hit that doggone like button, subscribe for more helpful videos like this, and tap that bell notification so you don't miss a goddamn thing. Until next time, take care.